Welcome, everyone. It's another top 5 of the week. I am excited to share with you 5 interesting global development publications. So, let's go. Kicking us off this week is a study by the International Trade Center that presents the results of a survey of Africa's women business associations in order to better understand their participation into the African Continental Free Trade Area process, as well as to gather their feedback on the current impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on their organizations and the women entrepreneurs they serve. 68 regional and women's business associations across Africa participated in this survey, and the report also identifies key areas where associations need capacity building and where the International Trade Center's She Trades initiative can provide training. Next up is a report from the UN Women that highlights how sexual harassment in the world of work is pervasive and widespread, both in the formal and informal economies, as well as in the public and the private sectors, and in urban and rural areas. This paper addresses the experiences of the unrecognized, unrecorded, and unprotected, with a focus on those domestic workers and farm workers who endure sexual harassment while they care for their perpetrators' children and homes, or harvest and pick the food that fills the shelves of supermarkets. My next recommendation takes us to South Africa and a look at a country report that aims to provide policymakers and practitioners with an evidence base that will enable them to 1. Establish and implement a policy framework to better integrate gender equality into green industrial policies. 2. Formulate new or reformulate existing gender-responsive green industrial policies and adopt them. And at number 3, facilitate efforts to prioritize areas for work plan development. Recommendation number 4 is a pandemic preparedness toolkit for African governments and other relevant institutions. It established that regardless of the shortcomings in Africa's operational systems, which the present pandemic has exposed, there is an opportunity to pause and reflect on the lessons obtained from this challenging time. The insights offered in this pandemic preparedness toolkit will provide the needed support and meaningful communication strategies that would help African governments and relevant institutions in navigating challenging circumstances provoked by a pandemic. Finally is a report that presents the Beyond the Grid Fund for Zambia, a social impact procurement fund which provides results-based financing to carefully selected private sector companies that offer clean and affordable off-grid energy provision to households in rural and peri-rural areas. The report reveals that in the space of 4 years, the program has provided 168,000 households, most of whom live in lower-income rural or semi-rural areas of Zambia, with clean electricity, 1/4 of whom are female-headed households. As well as reducing energy poverty and carbon emissions, the report states that the program has generated multiple health, economic, and social co-benefits. That's all I have for you this week. Let me know how you get along. Stay safe, everyone. Goodbye.